Welcome to 101. I'm Rick Kaplan. My guest today is Bart Ronan. He's the CEO of Trux. How are you, Bart?
I'm very well, Rick. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Yeah, I love your background. You can see your neighbors and everything.
I've been riding out this pandemic in my sunroom.
Yeah.
I'm quite comfortable, and it's insulated from my young children too. So,
So tell us a little bit about what Trux is all about.
yeah, sure. Trux, we're a software company headquartered out of Waltham, Mass. About 50 employees. We service the heavy construction logistics space, which means primarily dump trucks. We have a cloud-based software solution that our customers access that helps them manage all of their dump truck logistics, so the scheduling, dispatching, tracking, monitoring of all their hauling, as well as a two-sided marketplace where they can connect with our network of over 12,000 active dump truck drivers to secure additional supply. So the business has been, operating since 2015. There was a couple of local Boston guys, young guys, who were tech savvy and had family history in the construction industry and saw what pains their families went through to secure supply. So they, got together, developed a version 1 of the product back in 2016, 2017 timeframe, and launched here in our birth market of New England. And today, I'm very proud to say we service over 200 customers. We're active in 30 markets in over 20 states, and expect to do, nearly 180 million of hauling through our platform this year. So experienced some pretty rapid growth.
So it's been going very well so far.
Yeah,
it sounds like it has.
Yeah, it has. We're pleased. There's always, growth presents its own challenges. It's kind of what excites me and the rest of the team. But yeah, it's been going really well, and we feel like we're at the the meeting of a lot of different industry forces that are very favorable. Construction is, if you look at the different industries in America, construction is $1 trillion industry in America, and it's among the least penetrated from a technology standpoint. I saw a study, I think it was from Boston Consulting Group. There's only 2 industries in America that have less penetration for technology, and those are agriculture and hunting. I wasn't even really aware that hunting was an industry, but so there's a lot of opportunity to use information technology to really transform the way our customers do business and really offer them amazing improvements in efficiency, productivity, and profitability. So we're very excited about that.
So let me follow the process of how the trucks would come into play if you're a construction company.
Sure. Yeah, happy to do that. So, we have 2 products: an enterprise product that integrates with our customers' ERP systems, right? And like a more SMB marketplace product. But I'll give you an example in the enterprise space, right? So our customers, which would be a large material producer, say, so folks that have a quarry or a pit and a scale house, they'll enter an order from a customer into their sales order system. We integrate via API. That sales order comes over into the Trux platform and creates a dispatch order. Then you'll have somebody a dispatcher on site at our customer who will use drag and drop functionality to match one of their haulers, either one of their company-owned trucks or a hauler that they have a regular contractual relationship with, or maybe they'll go to our marketplace and do something with an arm's length transaction with a new hauler they haven't worked with before. Match the job. The hauler, by using a standard smartphone that they're carrying on their body in their cab, will get notice that they've been matched with that job. They punch in, accept that job, go pick up the materials, deliver the materials. Meanwhile, while this is all happening, the dispatcher has real-time visibility into the progress by GPS technology where the materials are. The end customer, the contractor will be the end customer for the materials, gets notice on their cell phone through an SMS text. They open up a link, and through their browser, no log on required, they see where their materials are, where their deliveries are in real time. So there's no guessing for them at the site, where are my materials, my crews, maybe down waiting for these materials to come so they can get to work. The hauler goes, delivers materials, drops them off, punches out. Delivery is complete. The dispatcher may reallocate that hauler to another job, potentially one that's close to where the end job is, so you have a higher asset utilization. And all this then provides a basis for a whole host, as you can imagine, of data and analytics that both sides can use to really understand their business better, refine their business, and make improvements. And also on the hauler side, there's a benefit that they get one single weekly payment, consolidated payment from trucks, as opposed to having to aggregate from a whole bunch of different parties.
So then Trucks invoices the supplier or the end user.
Yeah. Trucks serves as the intermediary. We have several models, but in a standard model, we serve as the intermediary, where we invoice our customers, we collect payment, we remit it back to our hauler community, and the haulers that we really are passionate about serving our hauler community. These guys love us too. We offer them a lot of benefits, but one of the benefits is regular, recurring weekly payments. They don't have to go chase their customers for getting paid, and they have great visibility and transparency into what they're getting paid on a regular basis. That's a big value prop from their perspective.
Now you go out and you find the haulers, or do the haulers just contact you and sign up? Is it that easy?
Yeah, I wish it was that easy. No. Yeah, so we're running two components really, right? So there's this enterprise class software that we have continually refining that allows our customers to manage their operations, and then there's two-sided marketplace, right? Think of like an Uber or a Match.com or a LinkedIn, right? So we have to get both sides of the market, and you eventually create this flywheel effect where the more participants that are in there, the bigger the utility for both sides. But there is a dedicated effort on our part to acquire haulers. We've been pretty successful with 12,000 currently on the platform, 12,000 drivers. And it's through a variety of means, right? Sometimes when we bring on a new customer, they'll have existing relationships and they'll bring those haulers onto the platform. So that's one big avenue for hauler acquisition. But also a lot of it's direct, right? A lot of these haulers are very active on social media. A lot of times their partners will be, their husbands or wives will be, their business manager, and they'll be active on, Facebook or LinkedIn, and we can directly market to them that way. So it's a lot of, traditional kind of digital marketing efforts, and it's been pretty successful thus far.
So you're also bringing the business to them. So, they're not necessarily having to go out and find clients, because you're finding the clients or the suppliers that are going to use the hauler. Correct?
Yeah, great point. I mean, there's value on both sides of the equation on the two-sided, marketplace, but definitely on the hauler side, I mean, these guys are getting access to a whole breadth of work opportunities that they would never have access to before. So that diversifies their business significantly. They're getting regular weekly payment, which is a huge benefit for them. And they're really, it's the opportunity for, a lot of these guys have, made significant investments in very expensive capital equipment, obviously. So there's, opportunity to get much better asset utilization and much better productivity out of their investment there as well. So, and not to mention, a lot of these folks, whether independent owner operators or, fleet owners, managing a fleet of 100 dump trucks, need visibility into the analytics in terms of how their business is performing, so they can, understand that, get more efficient, and really get the drivers underlying their profitability. So we are able to provide that as well.
I mean, it sounds like a no-brainer when you have, you have the clients, the customers that are being used by trucks being supplied to the hauler. They don't have to worry about the invoicing. They only have to worry about invoicing one company, Trucks. Correct?
Yeah, a lot of folks that we talk to about the business say it has a very high get it factor, right? It's pretty obvious.
Right.
But there are challenges just because we're doing something brand new, right? And anytime you're creating a new market, you have to educate the different constituents within that market. But once they get on board and start to adopt, they pretty rapidly see the benefits to their businesses. And it's really a win-win, which is a wonderful place to be. We're really empowering the truck driving community, and that, it really is something
Yeah,
that,
well, I can tell you, I'm no brain, and I got it right away.
yeah, right. We'd love to get you on the platform, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a really cool business.
yeah, it sounds like it is. So where do you think the future for trucks is going? Are you going to be adding additional products to the company?
Yeah, sure. I mean, as I mentioned, there's a lot of opportunities for growth here at Trucks. We've already gone from roughly 1 million going through the platform in 2017 to 150 to 180 million this year projected. So the growth's been pretty spectacular, and there's a lot of opportunity to expand with our current product into a whole host of markets, domestic and international even. As I mentioned, right now we're in 30 markets in over 20 states, right? So there's a lot more opportunity there for just taking what we're doing currently to different markets. But there's a whole host of things that really get us excited in terms of product expansion, right? There's, just really low-hanging fruit in terms of, expanding to things like, using our services for agriculture manufacturing. A lot of agriculture materials are transported by a dump truck in this country. Construction equipment moving by a dump truck is another very tangential market that we can get into. And then, we're really, forward thinking in terms of where the industry is going long term. Really excited about the application for technology such as intelligence, for route optimization. There's right now 95% of dump trucks go out full and come back empty, which is very poor asset utilization. You think of, the way airlines, for example, use technology for scheduling. I think there's a lot of potential there for using tech to improve asset utilization. And then I think the blockchain space offers a lot of potential as well, both for tracking, the movement of goods and shipment, and also in terms of payment processing and even vendor kind of profile management. So really exciting stuff there. But in general, we see, information technology, continuing to transform the construction industry. I think we're part of that larger movement and really making the industry as a whole much more efficient, more profitable, and benefiting, as we've seen tech really transform, higher ed, healthcare, for example, industries I've been in, financial services, and really, I think the time is really ripe for that to impact construction right now. So we're excited to be part of that.
Yeah, it sounds like you're in the infancy stage of this technology, platforms that are going to be going into this type of industry, which is great. I mean, because it sounds like there was a definite need for it, and you're filling the need.
Yeah, well, part of it's being driven by the end user, right? I mean, basically, everybody's expectation for the delivery experience has been enhanced by way of folks like Amazon, right? In this pandemic, I can't tell you how many things my wife has ordered that have shown up on my doorstep. I get a picture, a picture of the box on the doorstep, and if I'm waiting for something, I log on, I see where it is en route, and contractors that are running very expensive crews that they have to keep utilized have that same expectation for visibility for their delivery. So, there's a real pull for this as well. And there's not to mention even, Rick, all the administrative manual back-end pain that a lot of our customers experience in terms of reconciling bills and invoicing and, payment processing, that all can be really, benefit from our solution. To improve efficiency.
Well, we also found during this pandemic time that a lot of people are finding new technologies that made their companies and just everyday life more efficient because of the need. We had to do that. Yeah,
100%. I mean, I'll tell you, mid-March, before we closed our office, and our office has been closed like everybody else since then, there was not a widespread knowledge of how to use Zoom and Slack and these other tools. And now everybody top to bottom, is versatile in them. And, that's really, we haven't really missed a beat operationally, thankfully, due to that. And the same thing's happening in construction. Like, we have an interesting product that we just launched called Contact Ticketing that really supports the social distancing and, user safety during the pandemic, where traditionally, a hauler would get an actual physical piece of paper from the scale house and hold that paper and hand that paper to the end user. There's no need for that paper flow anymore, right? That all happens electronically. At the end of the day, the end consumer gets and the Department of Transportation, a file with all the detail and all the activity that's sufficient for their needs, and no longer need to hand these tickets that potentially could be contaminated from person to person.
Well, it sounds like it's a fantastic idea, actually.
Well, thank you.
And its time has come. I have gone to your website, which we've talked about before, that I found it very easy, very informative. I found out what Trux was. Like I said before, I'm not a brain, so I'm not really, I don't pick up on things that easily, and I did pick up on what Trux is all about very easily from the website, which is trucksnow.com.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep. And you can also download our app if you happen to be a truck driver or a contractor on the App Store or Google Play Store, and download it to your phone. But yep, trucksnow.com. And our marketing department will be very happy to hear about your experience, Rick.
Oh, great.
I'll pass that on.
If they ever want a referral, I'll be happy to send them one.
Okay, wonderful.
Bart, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. We've been talking with Bart Ronan. He's the CEO of Trux, and you can find out more information at trucksnow.com. Thank you, Bart.
Thank you very much, Rick. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching today's interview. If you'd like to be a guest, a sponsor, or even advertise in the New England Real Estate Journal, you'll find our contact information in the description box below. You can also find all our social media platforms so you can follow us. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel.